How's it going, guys? We're here to check out the skin picks this week, and we've got a ton of them. I really tried to narrow the list down as much as I could, but it was so hard because there's so many great works. So starting here, we've got a hoodie and pants set brought to us by Evan, and it is the Slaughter set. So it's got this kind of like dirty leather look to it, and it's got this kind of like camo sleeves, and then kind of the hoodie as well, and then the rest of it just kind of has like a nice leather look to it. So it's definitely a cool looking little set of armor, clothing, and wanted to be sure to start off with this one this week. Next up, we've got another hoodie and pants set, is the Conspiracy Nut set, and this is a really cool looking set. I'm not sure how well it would do because Hulk really doesn't like the sci-fi stuff, so I don't really see any more alien kind of things being added into the game. But hey, who knows? It's definitely a cool set. It's got all these little buttons and everything. I think there's a Sasquatch right there, and yeah, there's got the little UFO. I love that. And then you got the alien guy over here. And then we've got a alien kind of like rainbow crystal skull thing going on in the back. Down here you got some more buttons, including like a UFO, another UFO like abducting stuff. So definitely got lots of cool little details to it. It's a really awesome looking set, so definitely still wanted to show it to all of you guys. Next up, we've got a snow jacket for you, and it is in the Doodle set. So you've got the Doodle snow jacket right here. It's everything you would expect from the Doodle set. And yeah, we haven't had a snow jacket for ages, so it would definitely be a really neat thing to actually get that. And yeah, the black would stand out, but the white does kind of blend in. I wish we could color the shirt underneath. Hopefully that's something the team eventually makes a possibility. But definitely a cool little snow jacket. Want to show it off. Next up, talking about jackets, we've got the Vagabond jacket skin right here, and this is from the Uproar set. So definitely very cool. It's got all the colors from it and those little paint splotches and so forth. And again, we just haven't had a Vagabond jacket skin for ages, and I think this one's a really, really nice looking one. Could definitely see it sell quite well. So hopefully it has a chance. Next up, we've got a road sign set for you, and this one is quite cool. It is the Phoenix Coffee Can set by M Demon, and yeah, you can see you've got a big old Phoenix here on the front. Then you've got them up on the shoulders, all the way around the back. There's some flames, some little Phoenix wings. Over here, we've got another flame with some kind of like cracked, like lava stone. That's going on around here. Down here, we've got another little Phoenix. And yeah, we've got the flame under there with a little bit of this kind of like ornate design going on. It's definitely a very cool looking set. And then, of course, the question of, well, does this glow is going to be coming up. And the answer is actually it does not. It is not a glowing set. So it just looks nice and bright, but not a glow. Next up is probably one of my favorite sets this week. This is the Poison set by Odyssey. And it's mostly because of how epic this mask looks. He actually achieved making the metal face mask look more like a gas mask. And I really just love this. The filters on the side and everything, it just goes really well together. You can see he got rid of the leather part and made it look like straps, so it really just has this nice gas mask look. It's very clean, and the whole thing's just really epic looking. The chest is just as equally awesome, and it's just got all these great, nice details to it. It really stands out as something different, and it has that military-esque clean look that a lot of people have been begging for. So definitely hoping for a chance on this one this week. Next up, we've got one more high-qual set for you. This one looks like it belongs in Halloween with how creepy crazy it is. You've got the whole like lip thing going on. It really reminds me of like Nemesis from Resident Evil. And yeah, it's just a really, really epic look. You can see back here we've got some flames kind of like painted into the leather. You've got this cracked kind of like spine look going across the top of the head, which I thought was kind of cool. And then down here, you've got another skull going on the chest piece, and it's got like these scrap metal pieces going through it. You got chains and bullet strap over some leather right there. And then back here, you've got the same kind of spine look with the orange kind of like spikes on it that you saw a little bit on the top. So definitely very cool looking high qual set. I could see this one doing quite well. Next up, we've got Deployables coming out for you. So right here, we've got this sleeping bag. It is the Knight Rider sleeping bag by Teddy. And yeah, it's just kind of got this nice little design on it, the moon with radiating design. Kind of, it almost feels kind of tribal or maybe Native American in a way. And it's definitely very, very cool looking. And yeah, it would kind of blend in pretty well if you can stick it in some dark bushes. So that's always a benefit with sleeping bags, is how well it blends in the outside. This little brown splotches on it with almost, I don't know if it's meant to be dirt or maybe dirty camo, but that would definitely help it blend in quite well. Next, we've got a creative little furnace for you. I love that the top of it is a crab, and all these kind of like barnacle kind of look on the outside, or crab eggs actually is more kind of what it looks like to me, are coming out. When you turn on the furnace, they actually glow, which is quite nice. And they've got all these other little sea creatures around, and it has like the little emission spots on the back here. And then the top of it is just painted up to look like, well, the head of the crab. So definitely very creative and awesome looking. Speaking of creative, we got a fridge that looks like an Iron Maiden, and oh man, it actually looks really cool inside. I wish we had an actual animation for the fridge opening. I think that's eventually planned because there is an entire interior to it. But if you look on the workshop page, it actually has the spikes, you know, emulated in there like it would for an Iron Maiden. Definitely very, very cool. Next, we've got two little boxes for you. We've got this one over here continuing the new fluorescent set from Red Rags. Definitely a cool little design. I love the artwork, and of course it comes in a glowing and a non-glowing version, but this is honestly something that should glow because it's just really pretty. And honestly looks like it's made with fluorescent glow paint. Next, we've got a more down-to-earth kind of box, and this one just looks like the world has kind of taken it back. It is the Secret Stash by White, and I think it's meant to be secret because, well, honestly, you could blend this in pretty well if you were creative. So, hey, you know, find a good little hiding spot in the bush, and maybe it might take someone a while to find it. It does say Secret Audit, which I thought was pretty funny as well. So, definitely a cool little box. I could see this one fitting into the Rusty world quite well. Next, we've got quite a few doors for you, starting with a couple of wooden doors. This one was from last week, but it didn't make it in time for when I did the video, so I wanted to show it to you guys this week. It is a very epic looking door by El Loco. It is the scorched wooden door, and on here we've got like a plague doctor trying to, I don't know, maybe carry someone to safety while skeletons are grabbing at them. So, you know, someone's right here at death's door, and it's definitely got just a really cool design to it. And then back here it says Memento Mori and Carpe Diem. So definitely a very nice looking door. Very different from a lot of stuff we've had. Next, over here, we've got another wooden door. This one has like a little hazy target guy, and it looks like someone shot a smiley face into it. That's the kind of humor that really just fits Russ quite well, and I think Jessen has captured that quite well with the silhouette door, as it is named. On the opposite side, because wooden doors can have two different sides, you've got another target, and then it says Pacifist, no war. So definitely like that. It's, you know, play target practice with my door instead of me, please. Definitely a neat little idea for a door for sure. Then a continuation of set we haven't seen for a little bit is the Pixel set. We've got the Pixel wooden door, and I think wood really translates into the Pixel design quite well. It looks really, really nice. We'll go ahead and take a look-see here at the back, and there you go. It's exactly what you would expect, and I know a lot of people, this is either one you really like or you just don't care for it, but it is definitely been a good selling set in the past. Moving on, we've got a couple of metal doors for you. This first one is the Snakes door by Keck. And as you can see, there are a lot of snakes on here for sure. It's got this kind of like Medusa-esque look to it, and it's definitely very unique. So, love the look of this. I think it's quite creative for sure. Moving on, we've got a very epic door right here. This is the Secret Prisoner door by Andy Boo. And it looks like there's someone back there, but that hand doesn't look exactly completely human to me. It doesn't look like a Russ Newman hand. So there's something funky going on there for sure. And as you can see, it's got various lights and stuff, and this door does have a cool little glow to it, which we'll show here in a moment. Next, we've got a last little sheet metal door for you. It looks almost armored, but it is sheet metal. And I love this. It kind of just has a very fancy look to it. Is the Ancient Temple door by Debsky. It just has some really nice aqua colors mixed with that gold. It's kind of almost like a teal. It just looks really, really quite nice. Next over here, we've got a Guardian double door. This one is definitely a nice looking one. And I think I skipped it last week, so that's why I snuck it in this week. And yeah, it just fits right into the set. We already have the single door, so the double door automatically kind of makes sense. And it's definitely very nice. It has that castle look to it for people who kind of like that kind of vibe. And then over here, I'd have to say probably one of my favorite doors this week is from Johnny. It is the Horsemen of the Apocalypse door. And you've got a horse on here wearing roadside armor being ridden by a skeleton wearing roadside armor. So you got the skeleton horse, the skeleton, and he's got a Tommy in his hand. He's ready to do some trouble. And yeah, Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Definitely very epic looking. And this one does match on both sides. Double doors don't have to, but yeah, definitely very cool for sure. Alright, let's check out the glow. So like I said, it definitely has a cool little glow. The door with our mysterious stranger has a glow there, and you can see as the red lights light up on it as well. And then we'll run all the way down here to check out the glow on the box. It has that nice little fluorescent look to it. Definitely very cool. Looks like someone used some glow sticks to paint this guy. And then over here, of course, we'll show the emission. Again, this doesn't glow on its own. It has to be on. Take a look. It actually leaks a little bit past, whoops, the little spots, which I think adds some really cool detail to it as well. Alright, so lastly, guys, let's jump into our tools and weapons. So we've got a couple of tools here, starting with some hammers. And this is a continuation of the new Pyrolyzed set by Anubis. And yeah, this is the Pyrolyzed hammer. Next, we've got a continuation in the Obsidian set. So we've got the rock, and now there's an Obsidian hammer, and there is a glowing and non-glowing version, so I'll be sure to show that here shortly. Following that, we've got this really cool bow, and it is the Swamp Thing. And if you check this thing out, look at that. It actually kind of looks like a gator. It's very swampy looking. You rotate around, you can see all the kind of like scales and so forth. Definitely a cool little thing, and I love the teeth like right here in the eye just staring at you. Very cool. Next up, we've got an Ioka, and it's part of our Moonrock set. That's right, it's the Night Farmer Ioka. And of course this does have a little glow to it, so we'll be sure to show that. Moving on, we've got a Python for you, and this is a continuation in the stealth set from Milo. So this is the stealth Python. Aiming down the sights there, you've got this kind of like aqua color that's going along with it. And if you hit it with the right light, you can see that it's not just black, there's a bit of those grays mixed into there as well. Oops. Next, we've got a continuation in the Memories set, and this is the Memories SAR. So if you look at it here, let's see, I think we get some better light this way. Yeah, much better. There we go. So you can take a look at there, and it's just got a continuation of like all the different stuff that was on the AK, pretty much just moved on to the SAR here. Aiming down the sight, it's red painted, but not, of course, a glow sight. And here we go for the glow for the Pyrolyzed. Very nice. And then, of course, the glow on the Obsidian hammer there. Moving on, we've got some AKs for you, and we've got the continuation in the one-shot set. So now we've got the one-shot AK. It's got all the stuff that you would expect from it, and you've got this kind of nice rubbery grip all over it, and then it's got the one-shot, one kill, and of course, it's thematic green and pink graffiti-ish kind of looking color. So definitely very nice continuation in that set. Aiming down the sights, you can see there's a nice little purple sight, and yeah, it's just altogether probably the next best thing to put into this set. We've got another AK for you. This one is the fake AK, and it's very cool. It's made to kind of look like it's just kind of carved out of wood or maybe even cardboard. And yeah, it just says bang bang on it. It's just one of those kind of like hilarious novelty items, and I think this one was done very cool, for sure. Then we've got another AK, and this one is definitely very heavy on the cards themes. This is the Excitement AK. I'm not sure why it's labeled Excitement. Something more along like cards would have probably made a little more sense. But hey, it's definitely very cool looking, and you can see in the front there's actually a couple removed pieces, so that makes it very unique. So definitely a cool looking one. I like its kind of clean look to it. Different AK for sure. Moving on, we've got a couple of LRs for you. This one is very nice. It's a continuation with the kind of like stealth theme we've been seeing, and this is the Ops LR by Algorithm. It has a glowing and a non-glowing version. I'm hoping that the glowing version doesn't have a glow sight. If it does, it will need to be removed before it has a chance to get in. But it's definitely got this very, very slick look to it. And I definitely love the digital kind of camo, black camo look right there. So let's go ahead and show, I think we've got a couple more LRs in this group. We'll show those and then we'll show that one at night. So this is another continuation in the Venomous set by Andre, and we've got the Venomous LR. So a lot of people have been begging for an LR. Hopefully this will have a chance, because I know people would definitely buy this one up in a second. Then we've got another LR for you. This one is the Basebreaker LR, and it actually, if you take a look at it, you can see there's like a little kind of like a turret maybe, I'm not sure what that is, and it's shooting at the heli, and then you can see the transport, Chinook is on there. It's definitely got a couple little cool things. It says game over. Aiming down the sight here, you'll see it's got a red sight against the pink. The red doesn't really stand out that well against the pink, but you know, it's definitely a neat little design for sure. Take a look at that. Boom. Ah, perfect. The glow is definitely not on the sight, so that is great. So you see no glow on the sight, but the glow is actually just this very, very subtle green line through it. So nothing that'll, you know, make you too easy to see, thankfully, but definitely a nice little glow effect to it. Alright guys, and we've got one last item for you, and it is an M249 skin. Yes, we haven't seen one for a while, and it is part of Bad Trip's No Mercy set. This thing is absolutely sexy. It's got a beautiful, beautiful, nice, clean look to it, as you would expect from the No Mercy set. And yeah, this thing is just absolutely sleek. We haven't had an M249 skin in forever, so this would be a perfect time for one. That is for sure. So that's going to do it, guys. Thanks for tuning in and seeing the skins. We'll be back on Thursday to show you which ones got in, and you know, sound off down below. Tell me any kind of feedback or what your favorites were, and I'll try to get that to the right people as always. And thanks for watching. Have a good week.